So this is insulation, and they're just making sure they're getting all their spaces filled. They're making sure that the sits in there. One of the things that you're going to have to do, Jessica, with the all thread, those slots, you're going to have to go down and slice the middle of that so the all thread sits in the middle of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just something we got to do for that.
Yeah.
But everything else is looking really good. You've gone around your wires, so that looks good. You got it filled in there. It's nice and flush. It's filling the space. You guys have done a really nice job in here getting that insulation in. Yep, working good. Sometimes people will take the insulation and they'll just shove it in. Well, if you look right there, you got space in there, and that's not going to produce the R value you want. You want that to fill the whole space. That's what it's meant to do. It's rated for that because of the space. And so if it fills the space and it's even on the sides and that, then it's going to fit nicely. You're going to put your drywall on, and it's going to have all the coverage that you need to protect that airflow both ways. Keep the cool in, keep the hot out, keep the hot out, keep the cool out, keep the hot in. It depends on the season, but the whole point of insulation is just trying to keep your air from moving from one way to the other, because if it moves, then you're going to get your draft going, you're going to lose your efficiency, and the insulation helps to keep that air where it needs to be. They're doing pretty good. We got a few places where you see it's just stuffed a little too far, and I'll tell you why that's happened. They're doing that so it stays in. That's all it is. But you pull this, they'll go back and they'll just fluff this out along the sides, and it'll be just perfect. Yep. You just don't want it sitting too far in that hole. You want it filling the space. You want to fill the gaps, because that's what's preventing it. So they've left this one out. They're waiting for their compression or gas lines and their communication wire. And they'll also put a condensate line in here, and then once they get that in, they can go ahead and fill this in with insulation. They'll cut the insulation in half. They'll pull it apart to go around the wire, because they don't want to put it behind the wire or in front of the wire. They want to fill that space, so they'll separate it and slide it down. They've done that. We have wires running through all of these walls, and so they've already done that on a lot of these. But this is looking really good. Right now she's working on her last few spaces over here, and just filling it in. And this is the shower wall that they're insulating. It's looking very good. They're using all the pieces they can. They have it oriented this right way. There's a right way to orient insulation and a wrong way. And they're doing a great job. So she's working on her water heater. She's had some issues with this T specifically, in that she heats up one joint to solder it. The other joints are coming out, and so she's just trying to keep it good. We're gonna probably have to use some clamps on it here to hold this piece in while she's in this piece, so that she can solder that one in. But yeah, she's just getting that final joint, and she'll be set. You know, she's just getting this piece right here to go in. One of the issues is, you know, it's a used piece, and so it takes a little extra finesse when you're doing that. These are the challenges you face, and so it's great for her to learn this skill. She's been at it a little bit and a little frustrated by it, but she's doing a great job. She really is. She's not giving up. That's what I like. So she's going to keep sanding out. There's a little ridge of solder in there she's working on to sand out, but she's doing a great job. So a lot of construction is trying to solve the problem. So you get to a point, a problem happens, and you can't just go back and redo it all the time. So you got to figure out what is the best solution. And so right now, this is the solution we're working on, and we'll see what else, because you just don't want to keep losing progress. So right now we're working on our roofs, and we have roofs in a lot of different stages up here. You can see the far one over there hasn't started on their finishing of the roof. They have their plywood up. It's all sloped. It's been inspected. But now they got to put on their roofing paper. Over here you see the group. They've just got their roofing paper on, and now they're sealing their nails with mastic. And all their penetrations they're sealing with paper and mastic. So They're working on that. This roof here, they're ready for their second coat. They're going to put a second coat of rubberized coating on it. Same with that roof there. They're going to get a second coat of rubberized coating. That roof over there, the third one over there, they have a first coat looking good. You got some over here that are looking like they're ready for a coat. And over there in the corner, looks like they're getting ready to put on their coat. We run into different challenges through the construction process. Nothing ever seems to go exactly as planned. And so you just got to be able to adapt to the circumstance, adapt to the situation. And we've been able to help them understand that as we've gone through. Depends on supplies. Yeah, supplies were ordered. They're supposed to be here. Something happened. They didn't show up. So we got to pivot and work on something else that we do have supplies for. And so we've been working on that throughout this semester, is being able to pivot, being able to say, all right, we can't do this. What can we do instead? And so we go ahead and move on to another part. And then when we get those supplies, we can come back and hit that. So right now, the main things they've been working on is roofing and insulation, and doing their best with the materials that we have for that.